Welcome back, everyone. Before we get started with our final series of the day, you have some exciting news. One of our casters won't be with us as much this split, and that's our players trying to develop up to LCS. We'd love to see it with our own casters and talent. And this one, well, it's time for Rafa's time to shine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Silver Scrapes.
Congratulations, Rafa! Go show him what NA Grassroots is all about, King.
Mark, I always knew you were going to get this. You deserve it. Kick ass in the LCS. Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Rafa, congratulations. You are going to crush it. We're all so proud of you.
Rafa, congrats on LCS, man. Can't wait to see all the musical content that you make with the crew. And make sure to not forget about us down here now that you're famous.
Rafa, you were the first person that I casted with, and seeing how much you've grown in the last 3 years as a professional and a friend has been incredible. Go give him hell in LCS. Cover that league the only way that you can now.
Congratulations, Rafa. All the hard work and passion in the world. You deserve it, brother. You did that. You did it, and I know you're going to kill it in the LCS. Bring that Hispanic panic for the both of us, brother.
Yo, I remember sitting in a hotel room with you, Mark, and saying you would eventually have to move out to LA to make this work, and here we are. We're right here. But I just want you to remember, you deserve every single bit of this, so congratulations, man.
Honestly, I have to say, just so well deserved. No other words. I'm excited to see him crush it on LCS.
I've grown up with Rafa. We started back in like Ascension Esports, Risen Esports, these community leagues, these small ones that we've slowly grinded up with, and he's always had the heart and passion, and I'm proud he's going to be able to display it on the LCS.
Yeah, he was the first guy I casted with when I got started after COVID. I wouldn't be here without him, and I hope my goal is that he could say the same about me. And now I got him, ticking me off a wall away. So, more than just a coworker, but a good friend too. So couldn't be more happy and proud of the guy.
He's going to crush it in LCS, and he's still involved with NACLs, which is super exciting. So we don't really have to say goodbye. He was even messaging me stuff about team. So we appreciate you, hella man. We do need to talk about our final series of the day, though, because I'm sure we could go on for a while about Rafa, but we gotta circle back around. One more game to end off the day is going to be Immortals Progressive Challengers going up against Wildcard Gaming. This is going to be another one of our provisional teams going up against a fixed team, so it should be a lot of fun to watch here. Wildcard Gaming too. I mean, this one's in the name, Deserex.
Yeah, and this is an org that we've seen around for quite some time within the amateur space itself. Now taking a foot within the NACL and the semi-pro scene, but they're taking a roster that did really, really well in Proving Grounds last split. Moose Hater and Kill, that entire top side, what they were able to do with AoE, Ginger, Turmeric, and that very surprising run they made. Immortals being one of those teams they ran through.
Fun then to just see what they're capable of doing, because the fact that they were able, and we'll touch more on that in a second, we're able to through Immortals is just exciting. Love to see it. And a familiar face to Cubby with Soligo there.
I'm actually really excited for Soligo in this roster. I know that feels weird to say, given that he was on EG Academy last year and now is on a provisional team this year, but Soligo is still someone that I think very highly of, and his ability to impact sides is one that's always been really good. I think this is a team, again, the core was the most successful amateur team that we had in Proving Grounds this past summer. And if this core with Soligo and Lens can perform, they could be a surprise for the league and for a lot of people that, not only just to be a good provisional team, but also to maybe challenge a lot of the fixed or the challenger rosters that we have like they did last summer.
And we have a couple of those clips as well of the core of Wildcard Gaming be able to go up against Immortals. Deserex, take me through this, because they were always a treat to watch.
Ooh, these are the ADD clips, actually. This is the top laner that was just picked up from Immortals. And an interesting pickup, to say the least, coming out from Immortals side. I'm not sure if we want to get too much into this end of things right now.
It's one, I am kind of curious, though, to talk about IMT, as I think IMT for me is a team that they have the right idea with the build they went for, but it's pretty rare actually to see imports that are taken when orgs don't think they're going to be top 6, top 7 in the role in LCS. A lot of times imports the spots are limited just given the rules of the league. And so when you get an import, like it kind of does put more pressure on you to have a player that can perform. I don't really feel that way about ADD. And I got to say, I'm still doing my research on the Balulu, and I do think Balulu's like pretty good. But I was really surprised that Immortals went for ADD, when local top laners, like Surdy or even Zamudo, who's not even in NACL, could have had this spot and it could have grown as an opportunity. I think pretty highly of ADD as a player, but this is one example of, they have a core that's very, very experienced here. Like the youngest player is Wixie, and that's like the only player that I would argue they're really developing, with Chad now even in year 2.5. So I'm kind of curious to see where this roster goes, but I think their floor is very high.
It'll definitely be fun to see how they pan out. As for the clips of the core of Wildcard Gaming going up against Immortals, maybe that's just something we pass on and we just see if they're able to actually take that run into today's series matchup. I mean, even talking in our last interview with Prismal, the fact that he did mention it is beginning of the split. Some teams are kind of rough, and I feel like this is a situation where Wildcard Gaming, if they have their stuff together, Deserex could potentially have another one of today's upsets.
Have their stuff together, or have it so not together that Immortals don't know what to do, because that's what it felt like with AoE GT when they were in Proving Grounds. A lot of the stuff we saw from the chaos they were able to bring on the map, these fast, aggressive early plays, a lot of that was honestly spearheaded by Keel over on his time with AoE GT and now being on Wildcard.
Right, here we go. We're circling back. We've got these. Talk a little bit more about them, because the fact that we've gotten to see this historically in the past, Cubby, I mean, definitely sets precedent for today.
I think a big part of this team, too, and why it's so interesting is that Wixie was just subbed in for Summer Proving Grounds. And Wixie, I think, for me, was the big difference on why AoE Ginger Turmeric went from being a middle-of-the-pack amateur team to actually the strongest amateur team that was competing in this event. These upsets were very surprising, and they went a lot further than this, taking 5th, 6th in the event as a team that had to earn their spot. So I am really curious now to see Wixie go up against his old core, in a sense, and if he can get the upper hand, I'm sure it means a little bit extra for each of them.
Always love to see that showdown of an old teammate going up against their former team. It just kind of adds a little extra spice.
It adds a lot of extra spice in the grand scheme of things, because we started the whole Wixie redemption arc. I think it was last year when Wixie was going against his old team in 100 Thieves Academy, and that was a great arc to witness, because revenge was served at some point at the earlier stages of the game. Unfortunately, did fall to 100 Thieves Academy later on, but now you get to continue. We're getting the sequel. We get to see more Wixie.
It'll definitely be a fun series. I'm content to end off today with this, but we got to start getting into it. I'm going to send you two off for the draft for what should surely be another amazing series, and I'll catch up with you later.
All right, bound to be a good time when we're talking about this wildcard roster and facing off against a lot of fun in Immortals. I mean, Chad was one of the more creative junglers throughout the season that we had last year. Always went for those early plays as well as these very spicy picks.
And it's funny because, like, again, Wixie did play with this lineup, and I know that Duo King was someone that was actually, like, Wixie really enjoyed playing with, and even from talking with Keel, like, he loves playing with. He thinks the Duo King is one of the stronger supports that we have in this entire league, even though he's on a provisional team. And so I really want to see if they can kind of channel the same chip on their shoulder that they did in last summer, saying, hey, we're players that have been doubted. Like, Keel used to play in an academy under Frosty Nomad. Duo King has been someone that people thought highly of for a while, but just hasn't really gotten a shot. If they play with a chip on their shoulder, again, I think that this team does have the skill to challenge some of our fixed teams, and we'll see if they can prove it here.
And you can already see that the homework has been done on the side of Immortals. They did ban away that card.
No Garen, yeah.
Yeah, no Garen as well. Right. I forgot just how wild this roster of Wildcard loves to do their picks. I mean, I was going to focus a little bit more on Keel there because we saw a lot of Udyr, Karthus, Fiddlesticks, and it did play to be this surprise for a lot of Academy teams to have to deal with.
Yeah, and I gotta say, moving on, we're getting right into the draft as Zeri being picked up, Wixie, this big late game carry, but that's going to be answered by a Callista, something that I think is one of Lens's better champions. This is a different approach to what we've seen to Zeri. We've seen trying to match late game with like Siver Lulu, We've seen some Lucian trying to hit that mid-game spike. Kalista is all about bullying early, and I really like the Poppy pick for Chad. It's going to enable him to do some wild things, but also keep down Kalista as this game goes on.
Yeah. Very good response to that, Kalista, and we're still going to get a classic combo for Immortals on top of that. Wixie and Joey be opting into that Zeri.
There it is.
Yuumi combo, but this is something I was waiting for. Duo King, there's two champions that come to mind when I see that name, and it's going to be Senna. The other one, Blitzcrank.
He's got his hands on that Blitz. Blitz going to be trying to get his hands on the slippery Zeri and Yuumi. I got to say, a lot of that's going to rely on when he has Flash up. I think the Blitzcrank's actually in a decent spot right now, but it really is all about, can we hit the hooks? Can we find the combos bot? They have the opportunity to set it up with this Wukong, who hasn't seen success today, but is still a very popular pick on this patch. So as we have junglers and bot lane showing for each team, gonna find some solo laners here. Wildcard maybe looking to set up Moose Hater for success with a Renekton ban.
Renekton banned away. The response for Immortals is the Syndra. Taking stock of things, bot lane picked up so far alongside that jungle pickup for both sides of the squad. So we're saving our solo lanes for the later end. What are you expecting in the solo lanes? Are we just throwing it back the same way we have been with some of these handshakes?
So with Soligo, I think Soligo is very good at impacting the map. And so I want to see if Soligo is still going to opt for things like that. Like, I think he's an incredible Rise player. Was really good on Lissandra last year, but also, you know, something like Twisted Fate with the Rod of Ages, you know, maybe we see any TFs coming out. Could be an answer to Rise still. We've seen TF be played very sparingly, but I think it is one that might be able to sneak back into the meta. That said, Syndra and Galio being taken away, maybe setting up for something with a little bit more scaling on the side of IMT as well. But Wildcard, they're going to have to blind one of the solo laners here.
Right, and that solo laner. Hover for the Orianna for the time being. Yeah,
like
Soligo can very much play that. Soligo, stock standard, straight shooter.
I actually have been vocal about, I think Orianna is getting, like, being ignored on this patch. I think that Orianna with the Seraph's changes, the more AP actually does really benefit her. And that shield, it can enable her to get another round of spells off as her cooldowns are rather low. So it's a champion that Soligo has always been comfortable on. Like to see it here. You have the Wombo combo potential with the Wukong to shut down the Zeri again. So IMT sees that and they say, hey, you know what? We're going to take a little bit of terrain displacement. Try and stop that Wukong-Orianna combo. See if a Boy's Olive is up to it.
And that's all I was going to mention right there, that Wombo combo ball delivery system. Monkey can deliver that right into the heart of IMT. So this response of the Azir is definitely pretty smart. Emperor's Divide, shoving him away. As well as the Kaisa. I don't think that's going to get locked in. No, this is going to be a Jace over on the top side for ADD. Curious to see the Jace. I've always known ADD, especially in a lot of the tape I watched from him, to be a more of a weak side Ornn player than anything else.
ADD's got it all. He was known for his tank play way back in his days with MVP back in the LCK. I think if any fans remember that, please talk to me because they played some crazy comps back then on MVP. And oh boy, it's a Moose Hater special and honestly something that I think is pretty strong right now, and that is solo lane Zach.
All right, sell me on it, Cubby. Why is it strong?
Okay, Zach is a champion. When you hit level 13, you are disgustingly strong then and for the rest of the game. If you can get Zach there, it's good. I think Zach right now with second wind, Dorn Shield, and his blobs actually has enough sustain. You also have really good gank assist and setup. So this team for Wildcard, it is all about going all in. IMT will have to be intelligent about how they're able to peel back with the Emperor's Divide and with that Keeper's Verdict from Poppy as well. W is going to get a lot of value, but it has so many things to stop that if Wildcard separates them, they could have like a threat overload where they can get around Poppy's W. And if, you know, Wukong or Zach doesn't connect, maybe the other one does. So that's something to really look out for here as Wildcard. Ton of engaged threats that IMT have to consider and deal with.
They have so many ways to get into that fight and get into that backline and deliver that ball. But IMT, I mean, Emperor's Divide is not the only thing. You still have the Poppy that can block a lot of those dashes coming through. Tee up with Jace or later for that knockback that can try and provide some protection, at least to the backline of IMT. But we are now on the Rift, ready to get underway. Pretty big matchup coming here. IMT, Wixie being against his old squad in Wildcard.
Spam the chat.
Yeah, be sure to get those votes in. Be sure to get those votes in and take away all of Sierra's channel points.
Get active and engaged, guys. You know, we're on the weekend. You can chat. You know, we've got the opportunity. We're gonna have to see what the fans think here for this game 1. Oh, a lot of wild cards here. 2 characters versus 4, I must say. It's a bit of an advantage. You can spam it faster. Unless it's in slow mode. I don't know. I don't have chat up. Sorry, chat.
Wait. This is going very heavily onto Wildcard. I'm actually kind of surprised here.
All right, so I will say, early game, I'm curious to see how much Moose Hater gets bullied by Jace. Because when you have a Jace and a Poppy, I look at that and I see 3-wave dive top, baby. I really think that Chad's going to be working his way potentially towards that top side. I say that now, and it's actually starting on the top side. So maybe ADD feels confident enough they can bully out the Zac without help. But it will be both junglers pathing bot. But I was setting up for what we've mostly seen around Zeri Yuumi, but didn't see in the last series.
So we're just getting standard Chad? Is that what's going on right now, Cubby? We're not going to get...
There is no such thing as standard Chad.
What was the old phrase? It was level 2?
Yeah, no, standard Chad was... It wasn't a question of whether or not he was going to gank before 3 minutes. It was when he was going to gank or where. That was it. That's standard Chad. Chad at his best.
Chad at his best. Well, taking it slow with the Poppy start at least, and responded to with kill, which, I mean, come on. Both of these junglers, I know them for spicy picks, and here they are having a rather stock standard start here in the NACL, but both pathing at least south side.
Thank you for observers highlighting the stop lane matchup early too, because again, Jace, you have the capability to play this far up and crash on 3 waves, and Moose Hater just kind of has to sit back and take that poke and that harass. Pray that second wind and Doran Shield is enough along with your blobs. You get more health back when you are low health on Zac. See if Moose Hater can limit test that, but you can see ADD actually pulled the wave away from the turret a little bit. A couple minions going in. That's actually really good for Moose Hater. Gets level 2 a little bit earlier. It's going to help him try and sustain through this.
Trying your best. You're going to need a lot of those blobs because ADD's not going to stop bringing that harassment. Not going to stop anytime soon. That's that range advantage that's coming through. Moose Hater kind of suffering that in the early stages and not going to have a jungler there for quite a bit.
And good to see ADD looking good early because talking with IMT, ADD actually just got in yesterday. So ADD might be on a little bit low sleep, but, you know, was able to get here in time for the games. It's good to see.
Ooh, Chad. This is the Chad I know. Wouldn't be a Chad game unless he's invading someone. Stocking up, positioning up on to kill right now and causing a reset on the blue buff.
I do like this, though, because, you know, each solo lane that Chad has, or side lane that Chad has, they have the ability to poke and step up if they know where the jungler's at. So the fact that Chad finds Keel, yes, it does slow down his clear a tad bit, but it does actually open up the ability for him to take both Scuttle Crabs and also for his laners to play a bit more aggressive, knowing that the jungler is not going to be involved in their lane.
This direction coming out from Chad, going to get a double Scuttle due to that invade on Keel, forcing him that reset that happened earlier. Blue buff delays his clear a little bit and puts him over towards this top side where we are seeing an engage go off. Moose Hater running low, going to be put into that blob-led form. ADD's got to be quick.
I don't think he has enough, but he's going to try. Oh, wait, and Power Shock Blast.
Smart play coming through, and Chad will double up. A play in the mid lane going to be found.
Oh, yeah, Blaze Olive, you know, he's stepping in for Balulu. We haven't talked a ton about him, but stepping in, stepping up here as him and Chad able to find Saligo, get the TP out, and a huge start for IMT as both their solo laners are ahead.
Blaze Olive, the mid lane alongside Chad. I mean, or Blaze Olive, he was part of a lot of those roster shuffles that we had from Golden Guardians. It's been basically back and forth with Golden Guardians Academy and Golden Guardians proper. And that experience that he's had on the LCS stage, I mean, it is a lot. Paired alongside Chad, getting that support in the mid lane will result in a kill on Saligo.
And one of Blaze Olive was with Golden Guardians Academy. All he did was make plays. It was like Ari. He was the playmaker. It was really fun to watch. And, you know, Blaze Olive obviously showed why he has been on that LCS stage for so long. An exciting new split for him, honestly, this year. As
Duo King, he caught out Joey before the cat could reattach to Wixie. Good heads up by Duo King.
Moose Hater might be in trouble again as ADD. Oh, yeah, he's got the ward looking for the knockback. He's got to use that E to get out. I don't know if Moose Hater can.
No.
Oh, boy. ADD, huge start for him. As this pocket pick for Moose Hater, the Zac, it scales, but it needs time, and ADD's Jace not giving it any time to step up.
Oh, we'll take a 20 CS lead now. Has already taken down Moose Hater twice on this top side. And you can see that kill late to it each and every time. That last one just in the bush watching poor Moose Hater go down. Fortunate scenario. Chad now stalking in the bottom lane as Immortals continue taking control of this map.
Turning to the point with ABO, I'm pretty excited for IMT LCS's upcoming split. I think ABO and Kenvi could be a pretty nice combo, as Kenvi, another player that came through Academy, and if anyone watched Academy back when Kenvi was playing, you would know how electric he was when he was able to get his champs. It was a good time.
Another 100 Thieves pipeline player too.
Yeah, there are a lot of those. Speaking of those, Chad on the Dragon right now, hoisting that trophy with 100 Thieves Academy in 2021. Now on IMT Challengers for his second year. Good to see Chad back, and good to see him taking over the early game and taking that Dragon. As we're going to look top. Moose Hater was trying to get the wave in, and ADD said no. You get to die here, actually. And so we did.
And that's it.
How's
that's
my
the
analysis?
That's perfect. That's perfect. You said exactly what happened with as few words as possible, and yeah, let's just.
Yeah, that wasn't a great wrestling script. You know, it was kind of a one-sided match.
You're supposed to have like the teleprompter on the side, just outside of the way of camera.
That's not what was the horror movie with Robin Williams, The Blob? It's not how The Blob went.
Flubber?
Or Flubber, yeah, there it is.
You think Flubber's a horror movie?
It was for me, you know? I had a weird childhood.
I love that movie, Cody. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna step away from that one.
It was a comedy about horror movies, you know? No?
Good dances. Moves.
Yeah. And that scared me.
It can only be golf for you. It can only be golf and good plays from supports like Busio.
I miss him already, man. Don't do that to me. I went through a whole 100 Thieves game without saying that I miss him, but, you know, you had to get me once, right?
Oh, a Blaze Olive pushing away Saligo to get Chad on a beautiful setup for the wall bang. That teamwork pristine in mid.
Yeah, remember we said that ABO just loves to make plays at this level? Here he goes again, stepping up as ADD. Oh, boy.
Ooh, knocked up high as ADD, taking too much damage. Keel can't finish off the job.
Nice flash.
Nice flash out of ADD.
Well played by ADD. Again, a player, a lot of experience going back to his days with the LCK, MVP, known for his Scion and tank play, now probably better known for picking Teemo at Worlds. But ADD is actually someone where a lot of our Challengers level teams, they have scrimmed, you know, a lot of the LAN teams in the past. And I know behind the scenes that, you know, it was kind of known, or the joke was that, hey, when we need top lane practice, we're going to scrim ADD and his team. So good to see ADD, you know, he built up a lot of respect with his play over the years, but also in the last split, enough that IMT, you know, might have factored that in their decision to try and grab him. But we do have to return to the game here, so we have a Rift Herald. No ults, though. Keeper's Verdict.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the Shockwave available for Saligo, and that works so well in these choke points. Will pull Chad right on in. Kill, gonna be okay. A shutdown will be found by Saligo, but looking for more as Moose Hater. Can't get onto a Blaze Olive yet. Duo King on the sidelines. So is Lens. Now the engage onto a Blaze Olive. A Blaze Olive nowhere to go but to the grave. Pulling it in with the face call will be Lens. Throws the Blitzcrank on top of Wixie, but Wixie has brought fire to the fight and will gun them down. Finds one. A double kill. Looking for the triple. Trying to take down Saligo as well as Moose Hater. Will be able to plop the blob form. Saligo and Kill looking to save their top laner, but they can't stop Wixie's momentum. Wixie gunning, shooting. Auto after auto. Wixie, what the hell? It's an unofficial pentakill coming out by Wixie.
Oh, and you said that Wixie was looking for revenge against his old teammate. Well, that's a dish best cold, served cold, and goddamn, was it cold? Because it was early in this game. Wixie, no time needed to cook. He just ripped everyone on his old team to shreds.
5-0 in that team fight. Why is it not a pentakill? That should be red on our screen right now.
Holy cow, Wixie flashing forward into 3 as the Wixie revenge arc continues. First it was 100 Thieves, now it's AoE Ginger Tuberic as the core from Wildcard, they feel the brunt of the Tom and Jerry baby. up to their shenanigans, getting to this fight late. ABO buys a lot of time with ADD, but this fight looks so one-sided with Duo King able to take down ABO early, and now, oh, it's just all Wixie. I mean, they're low. Like, this is a big commit, but he flashes in 2v4. He just knows. Keel was out of the fight. He was trying to get his health back with the red buff. Moosehater didn't have any cooldowns on the Zac. And the healing from Joey on this Yuumi, it's enough. Wixie, I think the W there on Keel was clutch. If he doesn't hit that, maybe Keel was able to close the gap, but that bought him enough time to actually buy the space, and Wixie cleans everyone up. What a crazy play. Day one of the new year. Wixie already making his name heard.
Making a statement that, yeah, I damn well deserve this spot in semi-pro. I earned it. And with fire, 5 straight kills back to back. What a start. What a debut for Wixie getting back into semi-pro.
Remember when we talked about that win con for Wildcard being like, all right, we got to one-shot this Zeri? That just got a lot harder. And now Wixie's going to one-shot people.
It's getting worse. Lens goes down. Wixie's dominating.
Woo. Yeah, Lens sitting in his seat. Wixie says, yeah, thank you very much. We'll take that. Wixie, he, as Elk Battery mentions, was a grand finalist in spring last year with 100 Thieves Academy. Now, unofficial Penta already in the season. Wixie going off. He built up a lot of fans from his run the last spring. Good to see him earning more fans early in this one.
Absolutely fantastic, and puts Immortals in a great spot where they are 4K ahead. ADD up and on to Moosehater, but Chad will go after the Drake over in the mid lane. That's the second Drake now picked up for Immortals as they have control over the entirety of the Rift.
Well, folks, some of the fun of NACL is that sometimes, you just get to see scrims on stage. We have best of twos, a lot more volatility given the lower level of play. This would be a scrim that probably would be FF'd at this point, but it is not the case. As Wildcard is going to have to play this out, try and problem solve their way to deal with this Zeri. I really don't know how they can do it. The shield bow's already online, Deserux. That's the problem.
Wixie, absolutely insane, and this is a roster that has a Blaze Olive on it as well in semi-pro.
It's got a Zeal too.
Right, Zeal picked up, Mortal Shield Bow picked up. 13 minutes, no problem, no problem.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of gold.
A lot of money.
Oh, we spent last game talking about getting Zeri ahead of the power curve. Wixie have been successful in doing that. Full credit over to Joey, too, playing the champ that Prisma once deleted. But hey, playing it well, supporting his buddy. As first brick goes over to the Jace, and everything the IMTC wants to do is going their way right now.
Great start, especially in this top side where, look at the gold difference. 3K in the top side. What is that? Going 2K in the bot lane. This is 14 minutes into the game. Plates are just falling at this very moment. This is a strong lead started by Immortals.
I'm gonna reach deep into my bag of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry knowledge. All right. I don't know if you're ready for this.
I'm ready.
There's an episode of Tom and Jerry where Tom and Jerry switch off like who drinks this like poison juice, and it's pretty much just a riff off of Jekyll and Hyde. So one of them gets like super yoked and just like beats up the other one. Yeah, Wixie got the juice early in this game. He's all juiced up right now. He's extra yoked on the rift.
Roided out.
Yeah, he's roided out right
now. No other way to put it. I mean, Wildcard, they're still trying to find an answer to this. It does seem like they're playing a little bit more towards this topside. Kill has appeared, at least in this quadrant, multiple times. Yoking can find a hook onto ADD, but ADD knows what's going on here. Yoking rushing right out. Where's it going to be? Rocket grab. It goes wide, and just like that, that's a long cooldown of Blaze Olive. Will take advantage of.
Hold on.
Trying to run away is going to be Kill. Wants to get ADD. Will be able to find ADD, but the kill will be returned. Courtesy of Chad taking down Duo King. Keeper's Verdict. Double knockup onto Lens. Ligo playing the back end. Committing to the fight. It's Wixie. The godlike Wixie showing up. Needs one more kill to go legendary, but Kill has found that escape route.
Oh, they're trying to set it up. Wixie wants this old teammate, man. They're going to give it over to him. Oh, Keel falls. Second Rift Arrow going to fall, too. This game's getting out of control. As Legendary at 1530. Was that on anyone's NACL bingo card?
Nope.
No? All right.
Well, Not on my bingo card. Should have put it there. We'll put it there next season.
Not a lotto number. Yeah.
Sierra, you got to make a lotto number for this one. Especially after this. My word, Wixie. My word, Ablaze Olive. And all the small plays that are coming out from Immortals as well, like that mid lane gank, Ablaze Olive, Emperor's Divide towards the Raptor camp to set up Chad for the wallbang. I mean, there's just so many mechanical brilliances, moments of brilliance. There we go. Coming out from the squad.
Another look, and I mean, Wixie is the one with all the kills, but ADD has also been really showing out in his first game here in NACL. Just love the stutter steps here, you know, trying to sidestep that rocket grab. That's all they needed for ABO. Pull the trigger, knock up in the ADD. Props to Keel. Keel actually played this pretty well. Flashing into the brush, that saves his life and enables for him to get ADD because he gets the second cast of his ultimate up. But from here, yeah, IMTC is a little bit far ahead, and when Wixie shows up, you must run.
Yeah, you can hear the Jaws theme popping off the closer and closer Wixie does get. Keel almost getting away. It was a nice little trick right there. Unfortunately, there was someone blocking your escape path, and Wixie, it's like just pre-15 minutes and already legendary.
Just like trying to. It's like veterinarians like at the zoo. Just like, all right, we want them to go here. Make sure they're going the right direction. Is now Soligo. That's the wrong direction.
Wrong neighborhood. A little Wixie.
Yeah, this game's over. Yeah. How's your first day going, Desirux? I feel like that's where we're at right now.
My first day has been absolutely spectacular. We got 2 tie games, which means we have competition here in the NACL. That's changing very quickly with this game, Cubby. How about yours?
Well, you know, we still have a second game. I've had a lot of fun so far as Moose Hater. Well, Wixie's here, so we'll see. Keel's waiting. Okay.
Here we go, Moose Hater. We'll have that bloblet for him, though. Ooh, lots of healing for Moose Hater. We'll be able to survive. Rift Herald's going to go down, but Duo King over the wall. Here comes the hook. Lands onto nothing. Immortals repositioning now as Wildcard start to set up. They're looking for an engage. Kill is right there. But here comes the Keeper's Verdict. Waiting for a target. It's on to Kill, but Kill's already dead at the hands of Wixie. Duo King in the middle. Here comes Moose Hater. They're able to get onto Wixie now. Wixie threatened. Soligo goes forward. Will take down Wixie. Is this a fight for Wildcard? ADD still there, so is Ablaze Olive. Duo King heading for the hills. Soligo trying to hold steady. Will be able to. Moose Hater takes down ADD. Now Blaze Olive dashing forward. Emperor's Divide onto Duo King will take him down, but the ball of the command attack. Soligo will score the ace.
It might be a new year, but it's the same IMT Challengers as they go for a fight they didn't need, and they get taken down by Wildcard. Oh boy! So ABO, he just got TP, so he TP'd the instant that he got it up. But because he's not here, they actually look to push the 4v4, and Wixie gets chain CC'd. He flashes forward into a Blitzcrank hook. He's taken down. That's a big shutdown over to Soligo. So ABO gets to the fight late, and if Wixie's down, like, the rest of the gold is somewhat even across the map. It's still IMT favored, but it's not a 9-0's area. We can't even talk about the replay anymore. I see action still happening. IMT's back, baby.
Right now, Kill has taken down Chad. Yeah, Chad's dead, and that's a dragon picked up. Objective bounty secured by Wildcard, and there we go. 1-2 punch. They found 2 successful plays.
All right. This game's way too close for his area that was legendary at 1530. That's all I'm going to say. So I need IMT to restore some faith to move forward. I can't have a legendary Zariat at 1530 losing a game. We're gonna need to take a deep breath here. But IMT, they're a full send team, you know.
Cubby, I can tell your stress levels by how messed up your hair is because you just...
It's not good. It's not good right now. My faith in League of Legends is deterring. And you know, this is the fun of Immortals, you know. They do really good stuff, and then sometimes, you know, it goes south. But I have faith they can get back. But you have to be careful. Double Radiant Virtue team, big team fights.
Immortals never change.
Yeah, no, for real though.
Nonetheless, it's still 9-kill Zeri that's on the map for Immortals, so they're not in a bad spot. Still far from 6k lead into their hands. It's got to be careful on certain plays like that. You can't let Wixie be isolated and caught out.
They truly are the Are You Not Entertained team. It just sums them up perfectly. You know, I might have caster cursed them. I made a Jekyll and Hyde reference. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Well, unfortunately, the curse is still, well,
it's getting better. That was a pretty sound turret take, you know.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. You haven't cursed him too much, and if you do, you know where to find him at Twitter, Cubby. Be sure to add a couple of B's onto there. Be sure to send DMs over there. As Shockwave going to come out, Moose Hater looking to jump in, but blocked by Chad. Can't get close enough. IMT able to thwart the engage Wildcard.
As long as Wixie stays safe, you still gotta believe this is all Immortals, as returning to some sanity here, as much fun as we've been having with this game.
Your hair's looking neater as we go.
Thank you. I think next game, or next base, Wixie should be able to finish that Infinity Edge, which is really gonna make things hairy for the side of a Wildcard. So I see Baron being started in the fog. I'm surprised about this. They could wait for the IE spike, but instead Immortals, they're gonna try and force.
What's going on here? It's only 2 members of Immortals. The rest.
Oh, wait, Wildcard.
Kills continue. Kills continue.
They're behind so much. Why not? Like, give it a go.
Ooh, Pool stops the Keeper's Verdict of Chad. 4K health remains on the Baron, still looking to go on to Duo King. Fate's Call going through. Moose Hater looking to grab one. It's only a Blazed Olive. Can't get the auto to pull him in. 3K health remains. Okay. It's getting lower and lower. Kill trying to secure. Gets pulled in by the Emperor's Divide of a Blazed Olive. This allows Chad to go right after the Baron. It's still healing in. Secured. Baron over to IMT. But the fight belongs to Wildcard as they will clean up 3 straight. Baron found. Are we done? Yes. Baron Empowered Recall gonna go through. What a disaster.
Yeah,
what just happened?
That's what I'm saying to my hair. It's back in a mess. As IMT again. They had Infinity Edge for Zeri and base. They don't need to snowball. They don't need to start this Baron, but IMT playing fast, trying to make plays. They've given the team fight composition of Wildcard legitimate ways to get back in this game. First of which, a Blaze Olive. He goes in, he gets hooked to use this movement ability. He gets pretty much forced out of the fight. And then Saligo, a wonderful shockwave in the back half. As Keeper's Verdict is used for Baron damage. All right, Chad got it done, but he bursted it. But again, IMT was so split because they started the Baron first. They were not able to do what is important for their comp, and that's peel Wixie. And when they are split, when Poppy's not able to fight the front to back, that's when Zeri is vulnerable to this combo from Wildcard. And Wildcard giving away this first pick Zeri, they're still down, but they're still somehow in this game with the way they're playing these fights.
I mean, for IMT, it was looking like a bait and switch. Then Wildcard said, nah, it's our bait and switch. I dare you to walk forward on this Baron fight. And Chad, you saw right there, full focus onto that Baron. IMT fully split. They're on recovery mode right now. Yeah. It's still not too bad. Look at that gold lead, 7K in favor of Immortals, as well as a Baron buff on 2 members.
It is really big that both Chad and ABO were able to get out with Baron on their shoulders, but you can see Wildcard feeling a little bit more spicy in this game. That is the W down. Now Moose Hater can look on the Wixie if they want more. Will not be the case. But that's what IMT is trying to, or Wildcard, I should say, is trying to do. If they get the W out of Poppy, that's when they can actually use the Zac, the Wukong, and the Orianna combo to try and get into this back line and make sure that Wixie, despite how fed he is not able to take off.
Trying to defend right now is Wildcard Gaming. It looks like they're more looking for what lane can they hover to find an engage on. Moose Hater, long range. You're not really going to have vision unless you start getting it inside of the base of Wildcard. But Lens is a little bit too low here. This is going to result in Immortals having an opportunity to try and siege forward. Still giving some respect to Saligo because these choke points could be a big shockwave.
You see Wildcard just fishing, whether it's Zac prepping that elastic slingshot or the rocket crabs from Duo King. Just seeing if it can connect as another one comes. He's actually in fog behind that. That's combo.
Cyclone going through, but backing off right away. Keeper's Verdict, hunting one away. Immortals, no worry on their minds. Now here comes Moose Hater, pushed away by Chad. Chad runs low. Wildcard, they have an advantage to work with, and they did not lose their inhibitor. The knockup found on ADD. Lens grabbing that kill. Wixie on the back line, trying to make a miracle happen once again. Has the Blazed Olive right next to him. Shockwave from Saligo will deny a Blazed Olive from an escape, and again, Wildcard will claim 3.
The threat overload composition from Wildcard. IMT are giving them windows where this can work, and I love what Moose Hater and Wildcard are doing. The Poppy W is down. start looking for plays. Once they get the steadfast presence out, you can see them instantly prepping elastic slingshots again. You get a lot of ability haste with the build that Zach has right now with the Radiant Virtue. It's starting to work for Wildcard, and they're down 6k, now 5k gold to get the 2 bounties, but they have something going for them.
Every time we say, it's not that bad, you know, Immortals are doing fine, they have a strong lead, suddenly Wildcard keep taking team fights right on back, even with Chad trying his best to stop Moose Hater from getting in. It is too much from Wildcard.
And Wildcard, I mean, they let through this area, but they actually have a sound game plan into it. They're trying to use the Blitzcrank and the Zac to separate members from the fight. You can see Wixie split up from ABO here. It enables them to get back in. And Soligo, again, someone that was with Dignitas LCS less than 2 years ago, never really got an explanation for why that roster change was made. Didn't have his best split with EG, but is now back in this team in Wildcard. I think this could be a good revenge arc, not only for a lot of this roster with AoE Ginger Turmeric, but also for Soligo, and he's stepping up.
First day, Cubby, how are you feeling about provisional teams at the moment?
I'm about down 15 hairs, to be exact. It's not getting better. We're gonna need a haircut to fix this.
We'll match.
Oh, I can't grow the beard. That's what I'll say. That's how I get out of this in a good way.
No, the seed's already been planted. Kangas and I will find a way to put your hair on the line and get you bald.
LCS already, you know, they already had their Doug Trio phase. I don't want to encroach on that territory. I like my hair. I want to keep
fair,
it. IMT, please.
I like it too, but IMT are not really allowing you to keep it, are they?
Yeah, no, they really hate my hair.
Just gonna be stress loss right now. It's a rough day, Cubby. It's a rough day.
At least IMT are playing a bit more cautiously now, as you know, fool me once, shame on me, or you.
Cubby, this is the 4th time, bro.
Yeah, also shame on you. 4 times. That's hopefully the shame on me.
Remember earlier in this where you were just like, yeah, this is a boring game, it's already done.
Yeah, no, I do. I forgot it was an Immortals game. It's been a long offseason, you know? But hey, as much as we like to joke that Immortals, you know, does play a haywire game, sometimes that goes their way, as we saw in the early game. Other times, it doesn't, as we have seen later stages. But Immortals, they're the ones that are still in control, have the lead. And Wixie, I think, is going for that Bloodthirster next. If he gets that, honestly, I don't know if Wildcard has enough upfront damage to get through the shield bow plus Bloodthirster shields.
They got a Moose Hater, they got a kill, they got 2 people diving into the back. It's been working out so far, Cubby. I don't know. 5k lead now coming out for Immortals. But Wildcard have shown that they know how to take a lot of these skirmishes, a lot of these scraps, a lot of these fights. And even with all that dive, I mean, you still have Soligo, who's been there in the back line, who's been facilitating a lot of the zone control coming out for Wildcard. It makes it hard for Immortals to find their way too far forward without paying respect to the command attack and Shockwave.
See Duo King, he's starting to look. Baron's up, so we have just 5v5 posturing here, which honestly the Jace doesn't mind. And again, at this point, Moose Hater on the Zac. When you're level 16 on Zac with Conqueror, you're a strong champion. Zac at this point is very broken. So you can see him fully heal off the Raptors, and not even being a jungler. Wildcard has legitimate scaling, and I gotta say, a lot's gonna fall on Wixie and Joey. I think that Wildcard does have ways that they can take this game, and they actually want the fight. They're gonna force Immortals to face them at Baron. This is spotted.
Are you kidding me? This is all going to be around this. Hook comes in. They find Chad. Duo King with the Hook of Legends. Here we go. Emperor's Divide from a Blaze Olive will create some space for Wixie. ADD jumping in. Going after Moose Hater. But Moose Hater, beautiful on the combo, will give up his passive to bring the fight for Wildcard. But Wixie will not be denied. Bringing in the autos. Baron goes down. Now going after Kill. Kill over the wall. Wixie going to chase after the monkey. Looking to bring a few more pop shots in to try and get Immortals into that spot because Baron was already picked up by Wildcard.
Okay, honestly, the 2 for 3 and Baron for Wildcard, I'm going to say that's worth it for them, but another crazy fight as Keel was so focused on killing the Baron that after he burned his ult, he wasn't in the rest of it.
What in the world is going on right now? You got Wildcard with Baron. IMT looking for position on to this inhibitor forward. Blaze Olive runs low. Soligo half health. But inhibitor has been taken. We can breathe. as Immortals will back out.
Can Wildcard get the Dragon, though? As it is a non-Baron empowered recalls for IMT. This Dragon spawns in a few seconds. Wildcard just getting out of the Death Chamber. If they can take this, it would be a soul point for them. And honestly, Cloud, if you're trying to position around Azeri and find these flanks and angles that Wildcard's been looking for, Cloud's pretty valuable.
Let's see, Wixie may be popping off, but remember, Joey is the reason he remains deathless. Yeah, gotta give it over to Joey. Joey on this. Well, it's still Yumi. No, get that tweet out of here. Never mind. I take that back completely. Chad coming in, trying to take away the Dragon. No, Heal is able to secure it. Team fight still going through. Face call going to be used. Looking to go on to Wixie. Wixie gets knocked up. Going to get chained through. Kill finds Wixie. They're finding the whole damn team fight. A Blaze Olive will have to clutch for the heavens. Goes golden. It's only a trophy to be awarded to Wildcard as they'll take the clean ace.
All right, I don't know who had Legendary at 1530 on their bingo card, but what about Legendary at 1530 into a loss on their bingo card? Because Wildcard, they're hunting for the base. I don't think they can win the game now.
Are you sure?
But there's 20 seconds on the death timer. It's at least going to be an inhibitor falling.
Okay, Wildcard, they're going in right now for the siege.
15 on bot lane.
Oh, look at the top side.
Oh, boy.
Do we have teleports available? No,
How frisky
only
are
one
we
for Blaze
getting?
Olive. They're going for it. They're going for the finish right now. Nexus Tower number 1 under attack. Both towers are going to go down at the same time. They have it. They have it. A provisional team has just bested another fixed team. Wildcard Gaming with quite the upset.
What was that game, man? I was not ready for that game on day one.
Legendary Zeri.
It was an 8, 9, 10k gold lead into a
Unofficial
loss.
Penta.
What happened? Wildcard's not even up in gold when they won. They're down. Wow.
Sierra.
Yeah, we need order. Help out, please.
Please come back. Outmate. What happened?
I think I'm gonna be bald by the end of the split if this is how things are gonna go down. Like, what the is happening?
What happens?
I'll give the kudos where it's due for Wildcard Gaming, because honestly, I'm sitting here like, hey, I'm gonna go feed my cats. I'm gonna go, grab myself a pop and relax and just watch Immortals smash this team, especially after that lead that they're able to get. But that was, kudos Wildcard. It's in the name. I'll give it up to you. It's good stuff.
Our provisional teams are cracked, man. What's going on? Fear getting a win against Team Liquid. Now in the first game, facing off against Immortals, we got Wildcard taking the dub. Whew.
That's some fun stuff. We'll chill. We're gonna play a little game though, so you can catch your breath.
Not chilling.
We're gonna play a game?
We're gonna play a little game.
I'm chilling, Sierra. I'm chilling.
We're gonna do a little episode of Most Likely To, and we're gonna stay away from the BME Most Likely To, because I feel like there definitely could be some jokes about tossing games and stuff, but we're gonna mostly put those aside. All right, we're gonna keep it wholesome.
Mostly. All right. Mostly.
Yeah, you guys can be a little BM if you want.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm back.
All right, so we'll keep it nice and short and easy for this second game. Who is the most likely to pop off game 2?
I'll double up. Wixie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wixie did pop off game 1. You can't deny that unofficial Penta. Just didn't follow Drew's.
It's the Zac passive, man. It delayed it a little bit too long.
I'm gonna go with ABO. I feel like that was a very demoralizing loss, though. So I should really pick someone on Wildcard. But dear Lord, that was a game. I am still processing that game.
We're moving away from the BME. We're gonna say the nice wholesome things. All right, the wholesome.
Okay.
Wholesome things. All right.
Sierra.
Who most likely to role swap and still be pretty decent?
Saligo.
Okay. Good roll. Good roll swap. Honestly, I think ABO support could work. I feel like ABO plays map very well. I feel like is that cheating using an LCS player?
No,
I think very highly of ABO.
There is a question where it is cheating, but I'll accept it for that one.
Okay.
Because my swap was Saligo to support. We're just taking the Huhi route. Everyone's been doing it lately. Busio did it. Bradley kind of flipped that and did the reverse.
Is everyone?
I'm lucky. I'm good with Saligo.
All right. This next one, you're not allowed to pick a Blaze Olive. All right. most likely to hit LCS next?
Well, I can see why Boy Zolves that a lot.
Yeah, that's a little cheap. Okay.
If Moose Hater gets to play Zach every game, Moose Hater.
Okay.
A little.
There's
bit of
a big clause in there.
Sure.
You know what? I'm fully on board this trilogy that we've been having with Wixie's story. We got the first part of the movie last split. We're in the second part where we're continuing the redemption arc. Next split's going to be the LCS arc, so I'm going to go with Wixie.
Okay. Now, a little bit of a left field here. Who is most likely to become a professional Pokemon player in their downtime?
Moose Hater.
Oh, okay. This is the Sierra question. I'm gonna.
Uh-oh. He's gonna disappear. That's what he's gonna do.
There's too much. Cubby's done with it. He just had to delay it to make it look like it wasn't suspicious. That game that made him quit. All right.
He's getting the hair implants right now to replace all the one he lost during that last little hit that we witnessed.
I guess there's no point asking what game is most likely to make Cubby rage quit, because I guess we know that one right about now. All right, so we'll move on. This is your chance, Deserex, to speak your mind.
To get the win.
Yeah, speak your mind and not have anyone come back at you.
Cubby smell. Oh, never mind. Oh, there he is.
Too late. That last game broke my internet, unfortunately, but I think we're good now.
All right. We'll get through the next couple of questions before we give you two a break. Most likely to pick a 1v1 with everyone that they can, yet somehow win majority of them.
Faisal's not here.
Oh, shame, right?
Ooh.
In a majority of them, you say.
All the 1v1s, but still win, you know?
Cubby, you go first. I gotta think a little bit.
Too long, all right?
Yeah, Saligo. Give me Saligo. Give me Saligo.
Is that right?
I'm gonna take a little bit of the spicy path. I'm gonna take Chad.
Oh, all right.
I believe we need the next step of his evolution.
All right, so now you can get a little BME if you want. Most likely to pick 1v1s with everyone they can, yet lose majority of them.
So I'm gonna pick Chad.
I'm gonna pick DK because it just sucks to be a support player in that that scenario. Sorry, I'm a support player.
All right, understandable. All right, last question. Most likely to join us on the broadcast as part of our caster crew one day.
Ooh. I would like Joey. I would love Joey.
Joey's already joined us though.
I want it again. Run it back.
Oh, for real? I mean, I'd run it back too, but I'm gonna spread the love here. Wixie, right. We'll give it to Wixie.
All right, so just throwing that in the universe. Joey, Wixie, come join us on broadcast.
Anytime.
One day. Come on. We got a spot for it, most likely. I won't make promises on behalf of production. I will send us, though, to a quick break before we get back into this chaotic series, so don't go too far.